Submerge, submarine. I tend to create a lot of analogies. So let's see how I bring this one through. Self-care is a good imagination. I tend to encourage people, leaders. We're all leaders in a way. Just some of us haven't noticed it yet, or seen it yet, or caught the vision yet. But we're all leaders. In being leaders, I encourage us to decide, move forward, decide, move forward, and decide and move forward. No turning back, no turning back. A lot of times when we turn back, we're missing things in the present, and if we spend too much time out there, it can create depression, just as is the vice versa. If you spend too much time out in the future, then you gain anxiety. So we want to stay in the present. There are times when we will want to take a look back and process an event, a situation that caused us some kind of damage, some kind of harm to our system. So here's how we can look at this one. Say we need to submerge, go back, go down, go under, go deep. We need to figure out where we just realized we had a wound, right? We snapped at somebody, or we got irritated, or we brought up a old scar that they had left. Why are we bringing this up? It's in the past. It's behind us. We're supposed to be moving forward. We're supposed to be present. We're supposed to not be going back like that. But now we've just recognized we hit a spot. All right, let me see. What's this spot saying? So when we go to submerge, let's imagine we could submerge in different ways, many different envisioned ways. And this is what we're going to be learning over this talks and these series, is how we process through, how we envisioned, and how we re-envision stuff from unhelpful to helpful. So in one example, you could submerge just imagining that you're holding your breath and you're going under, and you know it's not going to be too long before you need to come up for that air. Or on another re-envisionment, we could imagine that we go down in a submarine. Now when we're in the submarine, we can actually breathe inside the submarine while we explore these processes. Notice when we're in the submarine, we can breathe. We can explore safely. We don't have all these panic and alarm going off as if we submerged, where we're just underwater holding our breath and we know we only have moments before we have to come back up. Now that I'm in my submarine and I'm able to care for myself and take breaths and think more clearly, we take an example through CCVASS. If you haven't heard of what CCVASS is yet, go back to our first recording, introduction of CCVASS, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and review that for basic understanding and knowledge. More depth and guidance there, but we will go through it here for practice and processing. So first, see, we just realized we took our breath, right? We're in the submarine, so now our breath is calm. Our body has now realized we're not in a situation of danger. We have taken that breath. We tell ourselves, I am safe. I choose calm. And now we enter into calm mind. Calm mind is where we support and encourage ourselves. And in this situation, this example, we're going to use that our partner has harmed us in the past, and it keeps on coming up and causing us pain. And we wonder why we're still with this person when, they've caused us such pain. And will it ever change? Once we have taken that breath and we go into calm mind, we remind ourselves that we choose calm. We choose to remain in this as we think about this. And we think about this in an encouraging and supportive way. We encourage and support ourselves through this talk. We don't talk down to ourselves. So, hey, me, how are you doing? Good job taking that breath. We're good. We're here. You good? You good? We've got some stuff to go over, right? It's kind of like taking it to the committee. I'm good. I'm good. I respond. I just really want to get down to this problem. I just realized, I'm really upset and hurt by this. And I'm noticing that I want to bring up the past and For what? Because misery loves company and hurt people hurt people. No, I don't need to bring that back up and continue to cause hurt and damage. I need to look into this. I want to look into this. I get to look into this, right? So now I'm excited to look into this. All right, so now we're going to VOS, V, validate. Oh my gosh, this sucks. Being in this situation, it's hurtful. It hurt. And, when we come to terms with things like that, it just helps us kind of just pull it out, look at it for what it is, and then hopefully go into the A, which is acceptance. Acceptance is like forgiveness. They kind of go hand in hand, right? We forgive, not saying that what that person did was right, but that we no longer want to carry the hurt and the pain of that. Another analogy I commonly use is you don't want to beat a dead horse, right? Like, why am I still beating this dead horse? The horse is dead. The horse isn't coming back to life. Now I'm just wasting time. I'm wasting energy, and I'm not feeling very well. This is where I sometimes realize there's that stubbornness, that self-sabotage. And that's where I remind myself, hey, this is where I'm in calm mind. This is where I'm here to self-care, take care of myself. I'm in the submarine. In the submarine is self-care. And calm mind is wellness and helpful and peace and joy and being present and looking forward in excitement to exploring these things. Once I've given myself permission, sometimes I need to give myself permission to, allow these thoughts and these beliefs, because now I understand that this is a more helpful way of thinking. I can go back to the other way, the unhelpful way of thinking, but where has that ever gotten me? This sets me up to go into solution focus. If I have a solution, so what I could do, I could take my best possible idea in this area. Okay, so what I'm going to do is every time that this comes up, I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to remind myself that that is the past, and I want to leave the past in the past. That leaves to shelving. I can now put this on the shelf. So what I want to do with the shelving, instead of putting it down back and shoving it into our subconscious, we say, hey, I see this. I see that's there. I see it's a thorn. I see it's alarming my system. It's causing me some problems here and there, but it's just that alarm. And once I notice that alarm, I can go ahead and I can put it back on the shelf, and I can say, you know what? I have an idea for this. I just, I want to breathe through it. I want to let it go. I want to process it as I go. If it comes up, I can, take it off the shelf and I can process it for helpful understanding, for present self-care, and to return my attentions, maintain my attentions in the present, if not in excitement for the direction and plans of the future. It's not necessary to go over the whys. Whys are like running on a hamster wheel. You go nowhere. You go over it over and over and over and over and over it again. You can go over it 50 different ways, and it's still going to cause you pain if you just choose to sit inside of it. So just to reiterate, we can go back to taking that breath. Sometimes we get to remind ourselves when we're in the submarine, if the trigger went off the submarine, that, hey, I'm in the submarine. I can breathe in here. I can process in here. I can, go back through this process if I need. But the ultimate takeaway from this is, you know what? I decide, and then I move forward, and I decide to be well again, and I move forward, and I decide to be well again. So here's what a stubborn idea or response would be to this, or a self-sabotage. All of a sudden, somebody with this type of self-sabotage would all of a sudden imagine that this submarine's alarms are going off, and that somehow this submarine is going to self-destruct and all heck is going to break loose again. And this is just where we start the process over again. Take a deep breath to remind yourself this is not life or death. This is an imminent risk. Remind yourself you are safe and that you choose calm. You move into calm mind. You maintain your calm breathing in your submarine that is going nowhere. It's a safe place. You support and encourage yourself. Validate that was a scary thought. Those were scary feelings, but I choose to show up for myself and maintain this breath, because this breath, the pace of this breath, the tone of any attitude is now poised. I get to be poised in this place. I can find a solution, or I can shelf it while I consider another movement, another direction, another goal as I explore it for better understanding. Wow, we went deep on that one. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you're finding you're getting a lot from these talks. We'll keep on having them more. We'll keep on diving in, going deep while we're exploring in our submarines. Until next time, be well, Lou.